Am I the a-hole because I, 29 male, told my sister to get over herself for the way she was acting about our baby nephew? My sisters Lori, 25, and Nat, 31, are not talking to each other at all. And it was because of a lying, cheating ex-boyfriend. Over a year and a half ago, Nat found out he was a serial cheater. Lori happened to be one of the girls he was cheating on her with, but neither had a clue. Nat never brought her ex around to meet the family, so no way to know it was him. Lori didn't break up with him, however, because she found out she was pregnant, so that's where the falling out came from. The dad, Nat's ex, was in an accident and passed away when Lori was 7 months pregnant. Nephew is 4 months old, but unfortunately, Lori isn't doing well. She got diagnosed with PPD. She's been getting help, but then there was an incident and she's just not in the right place at the moment. I, 29 male, am taking care of my nephew and have been for almost 2 months while my mom is there with Lori. Nat is staying with me for a few weeks and hasn't been fun. She doesn't interact with my nephew at all, which is fair because he's a baby and he's my responsibility, but the way she acts, I don't like it. Sometimes she looks at him from his swing or crib and says, "He's so ugly." She's glad she didn't reproduce with that piece of shit, her ex. Dirty looks or comments, never wants to hold or have anything to do with him. He'll cry because he's hungry and she'll say, "Shut it up already!" Or, "He whines worse than ex-name." I told her to knock it off with the comments already towards a literal infant. She doesn't see the big deal since he's a baby and doesn't understand. Then brings up again what his dad did to her, and this is all on Lori for having a baby. Sure, whatever she can feel, however she wants about our sister, but I don't like the hostility towards my nephew. It's not even that she doesn't like babies. She's different with our baby cousins and our other niece. She just doesn't like him because of Lori and her ex. I've tried not to let it go to me, but I guess this morning was my breaking point. My nephew was crying because he was hungry, and I just barely sat on the couch to feed him. Asked her if she could give me his birth clothes from the table because she was closer. Her comment was she's not touching anything he's touched. I was so frustrated, and I remember telling her to grow the fuck up already and get over herself because this is an innocent baby. She got cheated on. That's terrible, but move on. And not everything is about her. This was all stuff I've wanted to say for a while, but trying to be sensitive about what happened. Safe to say, Nat didn't talk to me at all today. My mom told me Nat called her crying. Neither of us agree with how she's treating the baby, but thinks I was way too insensitive about what she went through. I've been cheated on and know it hurts, but this really fed me up. Am I the a-hole? For the top comments, here's a comment from Suitable COD1381. Not the a-hole, you're absolutely right. She's being hateful towards an infant. That's unhinged. Clearly, she's hurting, and that's valid. But for her to turn that vitriol towards an innocent baby is sick. And he'll understand what's going on around him far before he's able to communicate back. So she needs to get her shit together or stay away from him before she does some actual harm. This kid never asked to be born. Good for you for standing up for him. Another comment from Clear Detail 9121. I agree. Why is she even there? Sister needs to realize it's not the baby's fault. It's not even her sister's fault. And the cheater is dead anyway. Better to move on with her life. Forget the dad and love the baby and just her family as a whole. She's, she sounds like the baby. Yes, being cheated on hurts, but she's taking it out on all the wrong people, including a freaking baby. What she needs is a reality check and a therapist, not to be around the actual baby. Not the a-hole though. Took you long enough to call her out. And here's another comment from Fox Freak. Opie's sister is going out of her way to verbally abuse a helpless, defenseless, nonverbal infant. She's calling a baby ugly, and she gets angry and tells the baby to shut up when the baby cries. The only form of communication he has. She's treating him like he's some vile parasite rather than a small human being. That's not how normal and sane people behave. She's a risk to the child. Eventually, verbally abusing the baby won't be enough for her, and eventually she will cross that threshold and transition into physical contact. What happens when the day comes where she finally holds him in her arms and he does something she doesn't like? All she'd have to do is shake him good, and that's it. Not the a-hole, Opie. Get your sister out of your home. Here's another comment from Hi-Ho Jufro. Eventually, verbally abusing the baby won't be enough for her, and eventually she will cross that threshold and transition into physical contact. Okay, there isn't nearly enough here to say that she get violent and hurt or kill the baby. That's a big leap and not even a necessary one. She's being truly and unashamedly terrible now and should face consequences. If she did zero more than she is now, she will still be doing serious harm as a kid grows up. If we knew for a fact that she was somehow magically incapable of inflicting physical harm of any kind, it would still be a wholly unacceptable situation. Another comment from 420 Parent 2013. There absolutely is enough information. I love my child with every fiber of my being. But at a very, very stressful time in his infancy, I told my husband that while I would never do it, I understood the urge to shake a baby until they stopped crying. Hubby was shocked I admitted that. His pediatrician said that it was okay for me to have those thoughts, especially since I saw them for what they were and got help when I needed it. This woman hates this child, and she will, not might, will hit the child the first time she has the opportunity and no one is around. Another comment from Wise Butterscotch 81. Totally agree. I have a 4-month-old and she already understands so much about facial expressions and body language. She is already harming him by being spiteful and negative. Even if she's just spiteful in general, that's not good. But she is actually spiteful towards him. But I would be wary of physical abuse even then. She clearly does not like the child and she is not the child's parent. So many babies are shaken during a crying fit by parents who love them and would never dream of harming them. It can happen even to loving, well-meaning parents. These parents are not bad people. So if the nephew ever has a meltdown and no one else is around, I don't like that scenario at all. Our babysitter, who is lovely, always has explicit instructions to get me or my husband if my baby melts down. She is a screamer. Your ears are really start to hurt after about 5 seconds. She's great and patient. But why allow her the opportunity to fail?